And I am live. Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. For some reason, my camera literally just cut out over on Twitch. Ain't that about a bitch? So I have my friends with me here today. I don't know if they want to introduce themselves or not, but you know.
Of course. I'll go first. Hi, everyone. Suavecito, but I did it backwards. I fucked up. My name is Avery, but I go by Suavecito. You guys know what it is. I play horror games. I'm part of this, and I just want to say thank you to Kato for being amazing.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, that's
There
that
we
guy
go.
right there.
Sorry, had to fix
What's
it.
going
Go
on,
ahead.
guys? It's Vaughn, aka Vaughny, aka CareFreeRree. What's going on? I just play anything, man. I love to play a lot of games. Just having fun, yo. That's all it's about for me.
Okay, there we go. There we go. So, I know it's been what has it been, a week? It's been a week, right? Because we didn't do the
Yeah.
call-in show last Saturday, but I did upload some video game footage. If y'all want to go see that, and y'all can see me play horribly. Jesus Christ, was it horrible? Everything was just going bad. Everything was crashing. It was just all trash. Now we have two topics that we're going to start off with. First one we're going to talk about is Avery's topic. And Avery, would you mind telling us what that is, real quick?
Is there such thing as good people and bad people?
I would say, what do you mean by that? Because I mean, you got cartoons and TV shows where you got the bad guy and the good guy. I say, and pretty much every single superhero thing is literally heroes and villains.
Okay,
So I mean,
Let me rephrase. Do you believe there are good people and bad people?
well, yeah. I mean, do you not? What about you, Ray?
Nah, I definitely think there's good people and bad people.
I
I
disagree.
think there's a defining.
What do you mean you
But
disagree? Hold
I
up.
like his vibes about it though. But we disagree.
How so? How so? Explain that.
Okay. So I will explain and I will tell you because I've said this like 10,000 times to other people because we had the same conversation and I was like, bro, this is a perfect topic to talk about on the stream.
Right.
So this is my concept. I personally don't like labeling people because that puts that stereotype or on that person, right? So I would say when regarding if there's good people or bad people, I would say everyone's a person, but they can have good intentions or bad intentions. And what
Right.
I mean by that is anybody is capable of anything, So, one person could be doing 20 years of just great things, but then they can snap one day and then murder 30 people, you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
And I feel like the moment you put a label as saying that person's a bad person, then you're gonna automatically think, okay, stay away from them. Oh, basically, you will never know a true person's colors
So,
because they will never show it to you. So the thing I'm basically saying is people only show you what you want to see. So like here's a good example. So say
I
somebody who
hold on. Wait. Sorry. Before you get into the example, I don't think I agree with that though. Because I mean, if you think about the world concept in a whole, I mean, obviously everybody wants everybody to treat everybody good, right or wrong. I mean, I mean,
I mean
that's
for the most
basically the
part,
concept. I say, but you have people like bosses, you have reality TV stars. I would say, well, who was it? Ellen DeGeneres.
mhm,
I would say she had a moment where she was doing all a bunch of extra shit. I would say who else was it? There's the lady that used to be on Grey's, I think it's Grey's Anatomy or something like that. She's a horrible person to work with, something like that. But it's not. I don't think that goes for everybody though. I mean, obviously, maybe for people more of our stature that like
mhm.
obviously don't have clout and shit like that, and people aren't just gonna bow to our every whim no matter what we do. But there are a lot of people out there that's like fuck everybody else. I don't care what y'all think. I'm gonna do me regardless. And I see that shit every day on like on the book and on Instagram, everywhere. Like I see that shit constantly.
I just feel like when it comes down to that, I feel when you it's like put it. I just don't like the label. I just feel like when you say, "Oh, this person's a good person," you know, I guess when I hear that, I'm like, "Oh, this person can't do no wrong." Not saying that's completely true, but they're seen as a different light. Oh, that person saved a dog or donated millions of dollars to charities. They are only seen by doing good things, right? But in the background, what we don't see is they can be sex trafficking thousands of people.
Mm.
So it's just like, where does that person kind of like, how are we? What justifies us to saying that person's a good person when we don't know what people's true intentions are?
I get
That's
that.
why. That's
I
why
get
I
that.
don't. I can never believe in good people or bad people. I just believe in people in general who have the intentions to either do have good intentions or bad intentions.
And that
And
brings me to a segment of one of the videos that me and Avery actually did earlier. If you want to go check it out, it's on YouTube. It's actually titled, I think, Good Intentions, where we talked about does it make
yeah,
you a good person because you have good intentions and you do right by people, but you have evil thoughts? Or is it because the people who have the evil, or is it because the people who do evil shit but have good thoughts, does that make them a good person? Like,
yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense. I say you
yeah.
just
So,
never know, really.
and that's the thing. People only show you what they want you to see. So how are we justifying who's a good person? How? When we don't know the full story. When they go
Mm.
home, we don't go home with them. How's that fair? And for a bad person, we only see what we see. We don't have the full story. So what do you here's another example. Like, what do you classify a priest? Like a priest, man, like they're servants of God. They speak the Bible, and then you hear about on the news priests molesting kids.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I think it. Nah, go
Like
ahead,
that.
Ree.
That's what. But no, no, I apologize. Go ahead, Bree.
yeah. So, like, and I'm not the one to ask because I told you already. Me and religion.
Of course.
I think like yo, this is this delicate balance of good and evil, right? So
Right.
you got this priest, right? He preaches the word of God and everything like that. And in hindsight, it does help people.
Of course.
But you get into this situation where now you're looking at universal good and evil. So yeah, you might help people, but you out here raping kids.
So is that person a good person or a bad person?
When you start falling to that universal evil category, right? So think of it like, yo, perfect example. High school. Do you remember the cross charts?
Sure.
Chart where it's you be up here and down here and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Think of it like that, right? So if evil, good, uh nothingness, and like I guess
Is it
chaos,
like
right?
is it like
Think
the
of-
like the chaotic neutral or
Yes,
like
exactly.
passive? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I remember that.
So if this dude is like if this is the middle ground, right? Boom, it's the middle, and you got good, and then you got evil over here, but he's sorry, it would be like good on the bottom, evil on top, or
Right.
side to side or something like that. But
Hmm.
if he's more over here in this evil category, you at some point you gotta classify somebody as evil. And
Okay.
you gotta just kind of like take it for what it is. Like, yo, yeah, you do some good that keeps you good. Okay. Yeah,
That's
you do some good that keeps you over here and it wavers you and everything like that. But if you just on that evil line majority of the time, I gotta take you for evil. I gotta take you for what you are. You know what I'm saying? That's
okay.
the character you show.
I mean, I understand that, but so I agree, um, to a certain extent. The thing is, like,
Mhm.
same scenario. Without me telling you that he is molesting kids, but he's doing it, and you have no idea. You're going to
Mhm.
consider him a good person? He's doing God's work and all that stuff.
Mhm.
This
Okay,
is what
now
I'm trying.
now you're saying if you obviously if you don't know a person and the only thing that they're showing you, I completely understand. I completely agree
Mhm.
with that. Now, I mean, if you're just saying what we can see from the surface purely, then yeah, I mean, obviously we can get good intentions mixed with bad intentions because obviously, if someone's doing really horrible shit, they're gonna want to draw the least amount of negative attention towards them at the end
Of
of the day.
course. I guess the point I'm really trying to make is everybody's capable of doing anything.
Of
Because
course.
you're a good person doesn't, or if you say you're a good person, doesn't mean you can't do some genocidal shit to some people. All it takes is there's so many factors that make people who have good intentions turn into doing some negative shit. It
Yeah.
honestly depends on what day you having. If something bad happened in your life, you never know. So that's why I don't like classifying or putting labels. I mean, we put labels on everything. And once you put a label on something, you're already stereotyping. If I tell you somebody is a bad person, you're automatically not going to fuck with that person.
True.
If I tell you that
I,
person is a good person, you
mhm.
might want to be geared towards the being next to that. A lot of people tell like come some people are like, oh, when I started my new job, some people are like, yo, you got to meet Avery. He's such a good person. And then I'm like, nah, don't call me that. Because then if I do something negative, it's gonna give you a culture. It's gonna shock your world. I'm just a person that has good intentions.
I'll
You put
I'll
in
agree
that
with you
label,
there and
I
say
can
that's
respect that.
true. That's very true.
I can respect that.
and that shit, and I hate it. I hate that shit because like everybody's like, oh, you're so good, Avery. And it's no, it's not. I want to do right. But I have my fuck ups. I'm human. Human. We're
Mhm.
humans. We all fucking make mistakes. And that's so crucial. So like I said, when you're born, you're already labeled. You're
Right.
Mhm.
male, you're female, you're black, or you're Asian, you're Chinese, you're fucking something. You're already categorized
Okay.
in a category. And that means you're already judged by whatever you are. You're judged by somebody. Everybody gets judged,
You're
and
gonna
that's
get
what I'm
judged
saying.
regardless, though.
Of course, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I'm just saying. But once you put a label on, we're just adding that into another category. We're adding bad people and good people, and I'm just saying that needs to be eliminated because then we have that mindset. Okay, why do we not fuck with bad people? Oh, because they do bad shit.
Mhm.
So we're not gonna give that shit a chance. Why do we fuck with good people? Oh, because they just do right things. But it's just like
I
it's not
think
like that. It's like the glass is half full.
I mean, I
yeah, no,
understand where you're
I
coming
think you can
from,
fuck
but
with all of them though.
Yeah, my thing is I give people the benefit of the doubt. If you prove unless you show me something that will something horrible, like I give you the benefit of doubt, but I always have my guard up.
yeah.
Um, when I was having to ride to work today, and with my coworker, she's like, "Do you trust anybody, even your family or friends, and or even your wife?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do trust them, but I will always have my guard up."
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because how many stories, how many times have you I'm not saying my family would ever do this or my wife would ever do this. I'm just saying how many stories have you heard about a wife killing their husband, or how about family, mother and father had like snapped and murdered their family. Like
Yeah,
it's in the realm of possibility.
I
Doesn't
completely
mean
agree.
I won't trust these people in my life, but my guard is always up for everyone. And
I've had
there's just levels to that shit.
no,
Sorry, I
you're
didn't
good.
mean to interrupt you.
No, 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 you good. I would say actually I was interrupting you technically. I would say,
I
but
just yeah,
I
I'm just
agree with
passionate
that
about
though.
this topic, and I just feel like why can't we just be people and then be judged on our intention and instead of putting us in a category? Don't put us in a category. Put us like judge us on our intentions of what we do. You know, because we might in the future say if we do some real like say we robbed a bunch of cars, did like was a drug dealer and everything, and we turned our life around. Like, are we still a bad person because of the shit in our past, or are we a good person because we changed our life around? That it's just like
I
it's like
don't know, yo.
neutral.
It depends on what you did, yo. It's
See,
Yeah,
just
and
I
that's
was
I
just
and
about
think
to say
that's
that.
I think that's where it's just
and
that's where
that's
it
the
lies
gray
for
area.
most people is because you at the end of the day, regardless of whatever you follow, like my boy over here to the left, obviously you can see, like he
Fake
said before,
natty.
he doesn't believe in like obviously he doesn't really believe in God or specifically a Christian faith more or less, right? But he still has the same idea as I do, as in, if you do enough fucked up shit or you do specific fucked up shit, you are a bad person. I would say there's no way, like, if that's like, how can I say? Okay, here, all right, here's an example. I know I'm probably gonna get flack for this. I'm pretty sure y'all can understand what I'm saying when I say PP. Like, one of the PP guys. You got me?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So now, if you got a PP guy who has not acted on anything yet, or will never act on anything, I I mean, I somewhat understand not calling him a bad person, but a PP who has acted on his shit and has caused some damage, done caused some harm, some trauma, some shit like that, my nigga. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what you do. You can't come back from something like that. That's just how I feel. There's certain things that you just can't come back from. I mean, granted, I'm not God, so I'm not the one. I don't have to forgive you for this shit. You didn't do it to me. I may forgive you for me at the end of the day, but am I not gonna? I don't like what you did. I don't like what you did. And like I said before, when it comes down to like my faith and people going to heaven and hell and shit like that, me personally, I don't believe everybody has to burn for all eternity. I personally think you should burn for the amount of time that you fucked over somebody's life. And then hey homeboy, hey, I know you've been burning for like 1,800 years. My bad, but you here now, like
Oh, damn.
you done paid for that. Like my boy Hitler, my man Hitler would be burning for the next like 20 million years, but like as soon as he come out, he come like, God damn.
Put that nigga on parole.
Exactly.
I just wanna
Exactly.
I just wanna say so hacker on one said, I think it's important to give people the benefit of the doubt, but create boundaries. And I think that's very important because that's what I do. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but my wall is always up. I'm always on guard. You
You
never
have
know
to.
because that split second you let your guard down, your closest friend might murder you. You never know. You never know. You don't. And the thing, and that's why I bring back. You don't know what everybody's full intentions are. You don't know what anybody's capable of anything. We are
Mhm.
humans. We are the greatest weapon known to man. You
All right,
know.
so here we go. I gotta ask you something, Suave, right?
Sure.
Because I
Oh,
do,
I'll
I
shut
do
up. I'll
vibe
shut up.
and I
Let me
do
mute my
understand what
mic.
you're saying. You say you gotta mute.
He muted
I'm I'm
himself.
I'm
So
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mute my mic so y'all could do.
Okay. Let me ask him real quick, and if you gotta chime in, I'll mute after that. But let me ask you this: so keeping it skinny, right? Keep it skinny. If someone like local, I'm stay on this whole pastor preacher thing, right? Local preacher murders your family, God forbid, right? You're gonna be like, yo, it's not a bad man. That's not a bad man no more, my dude. Like, I'm curious because like I do have these boundaries where I'm kind of just like at a certain point, certain things turn you bad. You know what I'm saying? It's we video game people. We're all video game people. We all know Fable storylines and shit like that. Where you could be playing the game as a good character the whole game, and then towards the end, you murder the whole city, burn the world to the end. You ain't the good guy no more.
but
You might have been playing the good guy, and then you swapped up. And then I think that's where like this whole boundary thing comes into play, right? You got your boundaries, but at a certain point, I just need to know, does someone at some point in time what they do become bad?
I honestly I get what you're saying and I respect it and I just feel that that person just throughout his time or that person throughout whatever time they're on the earth just always kept that mindset. I have bad intentions. I
Somebody
just
clip
I
that,
ca-
please.
Sure,
Sorry,
be
somebody
no
clip
no
that
no
last minute. Somebody clip that last minute, and send that shit to me so I can throw
of
that shit up
course
there.
I honestly believe that
30 seconds preferably
that
if you can.
that that label is very powerful. All of our lives, when you were born, when you were taught right from wrong, just like we were always told, this is a bad, like shows, games. antagonist, protagonist. There are good people, there are bad people. This is what our brains are trained to realize, or we're trained to know. And if you just take a second and just think outside of the box, it's just like, how's that fair when everybody has free will? How are you gonna say it? I just have that mindset. Even though somebody could just do a million terrible things, that person just has that mindset. I want to do a million terrible things. It,
And that's a
I
bad
again,
motive.
I don't blame people for using that label, bad or good. That's fine. You can do that.
So
I
I mean,
personally will never.
what word would you personally use then if someone that wants to do a bunch of
There,
terrible things
there,
just wants
there,
you to do that?
there isn't. I would just say a person that has negative or wrong or bad intentions. Just
Damaged? Like,
intention. I honestly, I don't really know what terminology I would use. I would
all
just
right, all
say
right,
that.
all right, all right. So what do bad intentions make you? Just a nigga with bad intentions?
I mean, what does it? I don't know.
I'm just
I'm
trying to
not sure.
figure it out.
So you ask the question again.
So if you have bad intentions, you're just a nigga with bad intentions. You're not bad in any type of way. You just got bad intentions.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Hey, I respect it. Hey, I'm not
And
making you change your answer or not, nigga.
no, 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 no.
I just want to be clear.
I'm very confident in what I believe, man, and I just feel like people's lives change in a split second. You know, a motherfucker with bad intentions for 5 years can just see the light and just change it and have good intentions and try to help people and make up for all his wrongs. But
Hold on. I know damn well this nigga ain't trying to bling up on us real quick. Hold on, sir. Sir.
yeah, leave the man
Sir.
alone, bro.
Sir. All right. We'll talk
I
later. We'll talk
so
after this. We'll talk
so
after
Merc.
this.
So yeah, before what was I saying? Yeah, that person wants to do right and has all the best intentions to do good, but then relapse. You never know, bro. Like this is us. Our lives are a roller coaster. We do. If a person says I've never done wrong, they're bullshitting you. Like people have done wrong things, people have done right things. Like we're always gonna, because when humans, we're prone to do stuff like this. The temptation is always there, and that's what I mean. Like you never know. Yes, if you want to gauge it on how horrific something might be, sure. I'm not saying people are wrong for calling people bad. I'm not saying people are wrong for calling people good. I just think that you just sometimes have to think outside of the box and stop putting. It's honestly, I'm just trying to create a different path of thinking when it comes to that.
No, I respect that. I mean, I think it'll be a little bit easier if everybody gave everyone a little bit more leadway when it comes down to personality or first impressions. I would say,
Yeah.
actually, yeah,
Think
that
of
brings me
think of
down to first impressions. I would have to
yeah.
say, if we could get rid of first impressions, only reason being is because if the first day I meet you is the day that a family member died, my nigga, you, I'm not that. That's not me.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I right?
No,
You're
that's
right.
fair.
If I just got in a car accident and you meet me for the first time, am I that nigga? No, I'm not.
Yeah, but also think about like this, bro. Like the media can paint you, and that's how powerful if the media or social media says, "Yo, you're a bad person," without getting all the facts, then you're just late. That's damaging. How about how
I
many
agree.
people have been like gone to trial and was falsely accused, and this person is painted to be a monster.
That shit is wild.
How does that fair? Because you put a label on that shit. You're labeling this person. You're putting this motherfucker in a category without having
I
all
agree
the
with you
details
on
and
that.
all the facts. That's not.
I agree
And
with you on that, right, bro? But that's also something like we're not supposed to do. Like these images, like this public, I'm gonna call it what it is. It's social media execution.
mhm,
Mm.
And I'll give you like it's a touchy subject example, right? When we have situations that hit social media, so say someone's about to hit trial for um like rape, right?
Right.
If that hits social media, there's already this accusation, and because of how we feel about it, right? It's kind of like, yo, this is a bad person.
we're
Even
stereotyping.
even without the evidence. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
We're
Before
judging
anything goes to trial, any evidence is put out there, it's this bad person. And to take it a step further, even if you prove that that wasn't you and you
You're
had
still
nothing to do with
branded.
that, you're still going to be branded.
That's what I mean. This is the example. Here, I got the one, and I really this is very important. Like, if you're gonna clip some shit, this is the topic. This is the example I want you to clip because
All
this
right,
shit.
you got 30 seconds on the clock. Go.
It's a question. So where do you put a soldier? So you're a soldier. A soldier is protecting doing his job by protecting his country, but he's also killing because this
All right,
shit
you got 30
is
seconds on
it
the clock.
wait.
Oh, fuck,
Okay.
fuck, 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 fuck,
It's a
fuck,
question.
fuck,
So
fuck, fuck, fuck,
where do you put a soldier? So
You want to go first?
you're a soldier. A soldier. Oh, wait, I hear myself. No, it's okay. It's okay. Is that person
Sorry.
a good person or is that
You want
person
to go first, bro?
or bad person? Using the person's using good person, bad person. I'm not using it. I'm just saying if you had to put that.
All right, I'm sorry. You have to explain it to me one more time in simpler
Okay.
terms.
Okay. A soldier doing his job to protect his country, to protect thousands and thousands of lives, millions and millions of lives.
Okay.
Paid again, doesn't matter. You're getting paid. Like, it doesn't matter what you're getting paid. You're still getting paid to do this, even if it's shit. I understand that you signed up to do this because you want to save your country, you want to protect your country, you want to do what you feel is right. But when it comes down, push comes to shove, you're also taking somebody else's lives. You're killing others.
Okay.
Is that person a good person or a bad person? In that concept, again, I'm not saying that's the concept I want to use.
Well, I mean, technically, if you're actually killing people because they're going to be killing the people that you're fighting for, then I can understand that. If you're taking one life to save many, understandable, justifiable.
Well, are we gonna just
But
are we gonna
I personally don't agree with the military at all because I don't think there's no reason for niggas to kill each other. So that's my
I was
whole
gonna
thing
say
about it because it makes no
that's
sense.
gonna justify
I
killing,
say
bro. Like, there's
no,
no,
because
no, no. I know I'm
my
not
whole
saying you are.
concept about it is like it's a bunch of niggas going to make a means of life, and I'm fighting in a war or fighting against other niggas because these two top niggas couldn't have a decent conversation and come to an agreement. So now I gotta shoot their niggas who ain't got no problem with me, and I technically ain't got no problem with them. The only issue here is that I need this $40,000 so I can go to culinary school, and the only way I can get it is if I shoot a few niggas. And I mean, if I live, I might get taken care of.
Keep it skinny. Keep it skinny. You ain't getting taken care of. My girl is an Army veteran, and they treat vets like shit.
I agree with that. I'm just this is what I'm think. I'm just getting being put in that situation is shitty. Another question, I don't, and Yvonne, you can answer both of them too, bro. Like the
Mhm.
first one I asked, but the other one is, so the realm of a person, right, ranges from, it shouldn't have a limit of age, right? Imagine we're gonna just put this a 7-year-old kid who's in probably the Middle Eastern and was a part of like putting IUDs and bombings and like trying to like kill, or picks up a gun and shoots at officer like people and kills them. Is that kid are we considering that kid a bad person, or are we considering that kid a good person? Like, or are we considering that kid a bad person, or is that kid not established enough to figure out what's wrong, right or wrong? What is that? What are we putting that kid in that? Are we going to categorize that kid because he's told you need to pick up this weapon and fight for your country, or just shoot somebody 6 or 7 years old, or women, or if we're going to put everybody in category in that concept, we have to put them too. So where do we put them?
So let me first off start by saying I'm gonna speak to any of my Bible goers and Christians, right? In there
Hold on,
it
hold on, hold
says
on, hold on, hold on.
until
I
you
got you, I got you, I
got
got you,
me,
I got you.
you know, but until you know and are able to discern who your Lord and Savior is, technically you're innocent. So children, mentally challenged people, they fall in that innocent realm where it's kind of like because they can't understand, they technically would go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I gotta say, on that same note, these kids, they don't know any better. If you teach a kid that bombs are right, that's what they're gonna know, and they're gonna think that's right. They're gonna think that's good, right? Because that's what you're teaching them. And it's like you get into the universal good and evils and everything like that. You're teaching someone a universal evil and saying and branding it as good, and you're really fucking with these kids and shit like that. And that shit that as an 8-year-old, how do you tell an 8-year-old to live with that? You know what I mean? How do you tell a 4-year-old to live with the fact that you shot somebody? We know grown men, women, PTSD all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like it's just sometimes you get into those things where it's like, yo, that's the shit bad, man. It's just you just get into that realm.
Okay.
Um,
Here's another question. In that realm, say somebody manipulates somebody to do something wrong. Who's in the like? Is that who's in the wrong? Like, is it the person who is acting on the action, or is it the person manipulating the person to do that action?
Well, I think it depends on the type of manipulation at the end of the day. If you if it's something that obviously you can easily, what's the word for it? If it's
You can
something that
even.
you can easily figure out that is wrong to do, then yes. But if
What
it's
about
something,
brainwashing, hypnosis? Like, what
well,
about
things
that
of that
concept?
nature, that's obviously out of your control.
Okay.
I mean, that's like Stockholm syndrome. Like, how the fuck do you fall in love with the nigga that just kidnapped you, been beating you and doing all types of shit to you for the last few months, and now you love this person and you can't live without them? Now, shit like that and like hypnosis and shit of that nature, I think is involuntary. You can't do anything when it comes down to that concept. If also it's down to your mind. Not
Hmm.
everybody has the same mindset. There are people who can literally run across the United States.
Hmm.
I don't have the fucking mindset to run 2 miles, let alone run across the goddamn entire United States.
I hear that.
And it's just there's some people that could be mentally broken down easily. Some people are emotionally broken down easily. Some are physically broken down easily. It's just literally what you do to a person and how it happens. And if you're a person is a, who can genuinely figure out when you're being played and shit like that, and it's something simple to be figured out that you're being played with, then yeah, as it's just it's about what you have. It's like it's about who you are and shit of that nature. Like at the end of the day, really.
Okay.
mhm.
I respect that. I just want to read some of the comments that I've been getting.
Yes, sir.
Um. Uh. Where do I leave off? Someone who says they're. Oh no, that's something different. Sorry. Mark said humans are born good, but life changes them. I, I feel. I don't know how would you respond to that. I'll give my response last.
Hold on, say that. Repeat it one more time, just so I make
M-
sure I heard that correctly.
Merck says humans are born good, but life changes them.
Humans are born good, but life changes them.
I just say pe-
I would have to say it's a yes and a no,
I feel like we're
because
neutral. We were born with we're in the middle line. Like how are we gonna say? I don't know. What
actually,
is
you know what? I'll take. You know what? Just for content, I'll literally argue the opposite of that. I think that people are just born, are literally born either good or bad, and we can have a whole conversation about that. Where are you at, Reed? Where are you at,
That boy
Reed?
Diego said we all born in sin.
We all born in sin. How are you? Of course we are. Of course we are.
um,
We're, go ahead, Reed.
I,
Where
so
you
let
at?
me ask you just real quick before we jump into that. Do you guys believe in reincarnation?
Personally, no.
Personally,
honestly?
no.
I wouldn't. My thing is this. I don't want to leave
Chat,
it.
y'all believe in reincarnation? Let me know.
So I want to say this correctly. I don't ever want to shut down any realms of possibilities for anything.
Okay.
Like I feel like anything like could be. You
Right.
know, am I real a firm believer of it? To be determined. I guess sometimes some days are yeah, sure. some days are not. Honestly, today I think I'm a believer. I think reincarnation definitely could be a thing.
I can understand that. But to go back to the thing, preordained, is it preordained that you're good or bad? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
I think it is. I just think that you're either gonna go one direction or you're gonna go the other direction. I think the shit is already it's gonna happen. And the reason I say that is because like you said, no one could predict the future, right?
Yeah,
Whether you choose to eat super salad, you're going to choose either one. It's gonna happen.
choices and consequences.
Exactly. No matter what, it's going to happen. And there's always going to be the opposite question of, oh, what happens if I would have done this? That's just, and I get the concept of like, it's going to break off into the multiverse. And, if I do this here, it'll go here, blah, blah, blah. I get that concept. But I just think that if you're going to grow up evil, you're going to grow up evil. And if you're going to grow up bad, you're going to grow up bad. And I would say the biggest factors of that are like, you could look at the history books. I would say look at like British royalty. I would say just literally royalty in general. I would say you had monarchs that were literally killing and slaying motherfuckers. You had like Vladimir the Impaler putting motherfuckers on sticks and shit like that. I would say if you are automatically like, how can I say, born into something and then that makes you what you are, then there should be a lot more people that should have been more fucked up than what they are at the end of the day, especially now, coming from the backgrounds that a lot of people come from, the backgrounds that they come with, especially when it comes to, I would say, something that we could relate to, hood shit, more or less.
Big fact.
I would say, I mean, obviously, I didn't stay the most of my life in the hood, but part of my life that I did stay in hood, I think it made a difference. And me still being a good person, regardless of all the shit that happened there, I think makes a difference. Because if I'm influenced by people selling shit and doing illegal items, then I think I would have pertained to the same shit. But I'm nowhere near that motherfucking shit. So that's where I come from, the concept of people being good or bad. I just think it's ordained in your nature and that's just what you are going to be.
I respect
Flip.
that. I respect it. j- no, I think that's no. I think what you said is you're speaking facts, bro. Um, the other thing. So Diego said first impressions can lead to stereotypes. It depends on the matter. So yeah, what do you think about that? First impressions can lead to stereotypes.
I agree. Like I said before, get rid of first impressions. I say
Yeah.
you can't always judge somebody after the first impression. Legitimately, if everything is going wrong for you that day, I can't. If I see you at 5 o'clock at the end of the day and you woke up this morning late, you couldn't find your car keys, then your car wouldn't start, and then you have realized you had to get gas, and then your coffee spilled on you, and then your boss was mad at you because you were late for work, and then some bullshit happened at work that you had to deal with your other coworkers, then you got out of work late, and then I
Damn, he
meet
gave a
you,
whole
and
day
then
for real.
I say, and then you get stuck in traffic on the way home. So it takes you an extra 30 minutes to get back to the crib. And then you finally get to the crib, realize you had to get something while you were already out. So you have to go back out. You go to the store and then you meet me in line and I say hi and you're like, fuck you. I I can't be mad at you.
Yo, Kyle, was that one of your days, bro? I feel like that was way too specific, my dude.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had bad days, but like
Yeah.
the thing with mine is like I think I've had a conversation before on the stream is when I had a situation where somebody in my family died,
Hmm.
and me being obviously being emotional at the time, it kind of wore on my face at work, and that made other people at work uncomfortable. So I literally had to go back to work and apologize for my facial expressions and my feeling because other people were uncomfortable because they didn't know what was wrong with me. And then when I told them what it was, because obviously the people weren't going to say, oh, it was me who sent the email saying that you made me uncomfortable. They're going to be like, oh, somebody sent that email. Oh my God, and blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, well, I apologize because somebody in my family died. They're like, oh, shit. I feel like an asshole for sending the email now because I didn't know what was going on in his life. I didn't know somebody died. I just thought he was being weird or he just didn't or he was just being ignorant or some shit like that. No. Somebody fucking
People
died in
always
his
jump to
family.
conclusion. People don't.
Mhm.
People always jump to conclusions,
And like
and
that's
that
where
shit
it goes.
sucks. Well, we're just judging creatures, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
Honestly,
literally us.
say
what do you think?
I give you a solid week of knowing you before I pass any concrete judgment.
Okay.
After a
Yeah.
solid week, if you an asshole, you an asshole, right? I
Also,
keep
my
and you bug after a week. If you an asshole, you an asshole. I'm gonna just be like,
facts.
all right, he's an asshole. It's cool. You know, that's who he is.
Yeah,
But
completely.
Savannah,
I give you a
I fuck
solid
with
week.
your video quality of your. I need some shit like that, bro. I fuck with that. I gotta give you a shout out for that,
Oh, damn, your quality's better than mine. All right, I need to buy your camera now. Fuck.
bro. Kato, I love you for all the other shit, bro. You have some
I'm
amazing,
joking.
like the
I'm
makes
joking.
all the you, like if I could take his video quality and your audio and your mixer and everything, my stream would be amazing. No cap, but
We just gotta start passing information in the
I would
chat,
say
yo.
honestly, everybody could buy everybody's shit tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow.
facts with that stimmy,
With
with that
that
stimmy.
stem check, I'll
I
let
need my
everybody know. I
stimulus
think.
check,
I
yeah.
mean, with my if you're gonna get my whole setup, I mean, actually, minus the computer, I think you probably be able to do it for like a good like 15, for like 1500.
All right,
Actually,
I'm gonna
actually,
read a little bit.
probably maybe even less than that.
I'm gonna read a couple more of these. Diego also says being it depends on the matter of the heart when we're talking about like a soldier. He goes,
Right.
being a disabled vet is hard. Look at he also some of the comments was like, look at North Korea, they train their kids uh sorry, look at North Korea, they train their kids America are monsters. They train them like to be like America people are monsters.
Mm.
Um, he said
Some of us are.
he said that definitely digging this. We have a choice to choose life, nature versus nurture, and honestly, that's very important. Nature versus nurture, man. Sometimes, like maybe it is, maybe like you said, if somebody is born good and bad, I'm gonna play the other side. If somebody's born good or born bad, man, sometimes genetics have a lot to play with it. Different chemicals in your brain can play a
Mm.
process of that. So
Yo,
some can imagine like different triggers. So environments, can have fluctuate your mindset. Like being in a certain situation that like there's so much we don't know about the human brain.
I
Yeah,
completely agree.
but I,
I got a
I gotta say
question.
something. I gotta agree with Kato said earlier and the whole some motherfuckers are just bad, yo. I honestly gotta say, I think some motherfuckers might just be bad. Cause you know what? As I'm thinking about this whole nature versus nurture thing, that's like, yo, I grew up in the hood. You grew up in the hood. You might have grew up in the hood. I don't know if you grew up in the hood, but
Mhm.
like a lot of us grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I've seen
I got you, Diego.
um people in the same situations as me, right? Come from two-parent homes, and my people know they people, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And these niggas is gangbangers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know, same environment. We came from the same environment and everything like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And this is what you chose to do. You chose to be a gangbanger.
exactly.
So I do think at that point it's kind of like, yo, maybe motherfuckers just you just wanted to be bad, you know? Bad to the bone, motherfuckers ass. You know what I'm saying? But
I
Yo,
mean, I
yeah, yo,
respect
it's
it.
just
I
like
respect it. I don't.
um you know we all grow up in these situations that are kind of similar to each other. We all kind of sometimes you end up in hood situations, sometimes you end up around environments that aren't bad. I lived in Brooklyn and the PJs for like 3-4 years, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
got
that
a
must have been
lot of
some
my
shit.
homies are ex gangbangers and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like you sit there and you realize like, yo, at some point there was a choice made, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
I was
Oh,
from New
There
damn.
York.
was
I
some
was born
crazy
in New
shit
York,
where
and
Hold on. I got a question.
yeah.
It's just a quick two questions. All right. If you were single, would you have an affair with a married woman? I mean, she's gonna cheat anyway, right?
Do you want me to answer? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, answer, nigga. This nigga just
Oh
stared
damn! I
at
didn't.
at the
I didn't
screen and
know.
shit.
Nah, bro. I thought you was just gonna ask like who. Like I thought you was gonna be like, yo, V or Ave, you want to go first? Like
I say
usually,
whoever speaks first.
can you repeat the question?
I don't want to answer this question. I don't want to
you,
answer this question.
you know what? If you were single,
I'm gonna go charge my iPad.
if you were single, would you have an affair with a married woman? I mean, she's gonna cheat anyway, right?
Would I? Do I know that she's married?
Yeah.
Honestly, no. I'm being honest too. Like I hold
Respect.
myself at.
Respect.
I
My
hold
nigga.
myself in such a
I
high.
respect that.
I put such a high ceiling for myself. I would hurt my way of life, the morals I have. I have my mom and dad raised me to be prideful of what I bring, and I feel like if I steer off of that and by doing something like that,
Right.
I don't think I could ever forgive myself.
I just don't
So
want
just out
my
of
I just
respect.
don't want my girl to fuck around on me, my nigga. So like come on, bro. Why would I why it's just that's just like asking for like your next girl to be slobbing some top and then come home and kiss you, bro. Like that's what you asking for right there. Like doing some stupid shit like that. That's how
Bro,
I
you know
feel
what the crazy thing
about shit
is?
like that. Like for real, for real. It's, cheating is dumb.
I feel like a woman's never ours. Like, and no matter what, a woman will never be ours.
I
It
completely
doesn't
agree
matter.
with that.
It doesn't
I'm not
matter
even
if
gonna hold
you're.
you. I completely fucking agree with
It
it.
don't
I
matter if
completely agree with that.
you're their girlfriend and boyfriend, fiance,
Married, it can happen to
married, because
anybody.
the fact that people still go after will always seek them out.
It can happen to you.
It can happen. Yeah,
It can happen to you. Just
it can
remember
happen.
that shit. That's for real shit, my nigga. And it's like
You,
it's like
Diego
the
said
shit that
bros
you
before
don't
hoes.
want.
it can
Diego
happen
said
to
bros
you.
before hoes.
Say somebody said, "What about gay women? What about gay women?" I don't
Hold on,
understand.
I'll be right back. I just gotta charge my iPad.
Hey,
Give
it's
me
me.
two
Hey,
seconds.
what's good, agitator? How you doing? How you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. Hey, shout out to everybody that's over on chat. Hi, are you Reddit? I love all you people. You're beautiful people. But god damn, I slapped this shit out of my mic. Um, I just want to say though, like that cheating shit is played out, bro. It's always been played out, and like just
It-
you, it's just you cheating is just like I said before, it's asking for niggas to cheat on you, bro. I want to know your thoughts on that with gay married women. I mean, cheating is cheating.
yeah.
You know
Whether
what?
you're cheating with the same sex or not, like cheating is cheating.
Mhm.
I don't condone it. I mean, if
Yo, I'm not a crip or anything, but I'm not a blood, but bro, like I brought it up
Yo, this is
to
the second time
Vaughn,
this nigga
bro.
said that shit.
Yo, we've been talking about gangbangers, bro. Look, I'm
He's
wearing all
almost
red,
said that shit
dog.
twice already.
yeah,
Look,
you
you
lucky
see
my
this shit?
sounds don't
Like,
work,
I just
bro.
gotta bring that up.
You lucky my sounds don't work. I definitely
Oh
played the
god.
wasted on that.
Bro, I even had fucking red shoes. I don't know what the fuck I was doing, bro.
It's just but at the end of the day, I just think that anybody cheating in any type of relationship on anybody is just dumb. And it's dumb because you can ruin somebody else that way. You can literally destroy someone's train of thought, how they feel about other people, how they approach their next relationships, how they act in their next relationships. Like that shit is it makes so much more it makes such an impact on people's lives that people really don't understand. And I somewhat understand some like the cheaters aspect when like they feel sorry and shit like that. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like you should have obviously never done that shit. You should have never done it. Simple. I had to double clip that because I clipped that way too early. Anyway, where are y'all from? I say technically we're all from Connecticut. We'll just leave it at that. I say
I'm sending
uh,
y'all to Ree.
it's a cruel road. People don't want to break somebody's heart. I completely agree with that, but
Ree,
at the
Ree,
same
hold on. Are you
time,
streaming?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
because like at the same time, there's a lot of people. Now, this is the shit that pisses me off. The fact that people are like, "Oh, I don't want to break your heart," but they would do shit that would break your heart. That's like, I don't want to break your heart by breaking up with you, but I'll cheat on you.
I don't know, bro.
What?
That shit's crazy.
Nah.
Like it
I
just
just want
it
to.
just makes no sense, bro. Hey, from New Orleans. Shout out to New Orleans.
Yo,
Derek?
let's get this man Reed to fucking affiliate. I just want to say that Reed, I sent you all my people, man. Like, I definitely hope you
Oh, you
get it
made it,
as
my
fast as
man's.
possible. Yeah, I want.
Hey,
Well, he got to get that concurrent viewers, bro. He needs to have the more than 3. So if I can send as many people as I can to you, man,
hey,
you
we got
deserve
now.
it.
All right, now get off and raid me.
Oh.
No, I'm joking.
J Diego 2012. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it, man.
Hey,
There
man,
you go.
look
There you
at that
go.
voice
Much
too.
respect, bro.
Listen, he got a unique voice. Just saying, man.
Exactly. There you go. So
Give
we
this
just
man
bring
some love.
we're bringing you all the unique voices over on the internet right here.
For real,
We
man.
got
We
the
gotta.
soothing voice. We got the voice that makes you go to sleep. We got the voice over here that makes you wanna listen to everything, and then you got the voice down here that's perfect for video games. That's it. We're just all around people. That's what we do.
Quad going.
But
Quad.
we got a whole. It's crazy because the 3 of us together definitely.
This nigga said, "What do I do? My friend is gay." I was like, "Be happy for them."
Yeah, bro.
That's all you really can do.
Oh, all right. Serious question. Serious question, guys. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Yeah,
Mm,
How do you maintain a relationship?
I'll go first.
Oh
okay.
shit, you already got an answer? Shit, all right, go.
I
Damn.
mean, thought I have probably 10 answers in my head, but I'm trying to figure out what's the best one. But I just go off the rip because it's how do you maintain a relationship is you need to have trust. I feel
Okay.
like
Wait. Sorry. How long have you been in a relationship?
we're going on 3 years.
Okay, cool.
And we're married. So
Mm,
yeah, we have our ups and downs, but what relationship doesn't? I feel like if any relationship's just all up, something's gonna happen, and then when that one thing happens, it's gonna be fucking devastating. So
mm,
crazy enough, a healthy relationship has its ups and downs. I would say you have to have trust. You have to have trust for your significant other to be loyal to you and stuff like that. Because the minute you have insecurities, is gonna affect just what you guys have in the long run. And it's not, and it has to be for both sides. It can't be one person trusts the other and the other person doesn't trust them. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like communicate, and when I know this is people say all this stuff and it's cheesy, bro, but communication is key, man. Like understanding where your partner is coming from, uh, is crucial. It's definitely crucial because if you're on one page and the other person on another page, it's just not gonna work. You're both gonna collide and shit's gonna hit the fan. So
Every time.
communication's key. The third thing is give attention to each other.
Hmm.
I'm struggling giving attention to my wife because I'm taking way too many things on my plate, like between school and all this stuff. And I, I need to realize that and make sure I give her enough time, give her my time, give her
Hmm.
the attention just to hang out with her and just do all this stuff because it's important. You overlook it. You're with that person's with you, and she's yours, or he's yours, and you start to forget that
They're special.
they're special. Yeah, that's perfect. Exactly. You forget that it becomes like so normal that you're like, okay, I'm with this person. Cool. Yeah, we've been together for a while and it just feels normal now.
Okay.
But
It's
no, I
called
feel like
what you're talking about is after you leave
comfortable.
romantic love after a point and it becomes platonic love. That's what they'll talk about. So at a point in your relationship, I think it's like at the 3 or 5 year mark. I can't remember exactly which one. You
Right.
will leave from this romantic love, is which
Honeymoon
that puppy love
phase.
that you feel at the beginning and everything
Yeah.
like that, all that great shit. It's like, oh my god. And because we get comfortable, you get to platonic love, which is now where you have to work. You have to work even harder when you hit platonic love in your relationship,
Right.
just to keep things back to where they were, because now you're comfortable with somebody, right?
Hmm.
You weren't working as hard because now you know this person and everything like that. You start figuring out their flaws, the triggers, and everything like that. How do you keep up from rental club?
You're right.
Yeah, once you start figuring out those flaws and triggers, it's kind of like, yo, this you be on easy mode. And that's
Yeah.
that's kind of like how we treat friendships, right? Friendships are kind of on easy mode because you start realizing how your friends work
And you
and
don't put
everything like
enough
that.
effort into it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. You stop putting you stop putting the effort because you achieved I achieved the number one thing. Well, what can I get past marriage? Like I went from boyfriend to fiance to husband. I did it. And it's just like I and again, this is my flaw. I forget. I sometimes go on autopilot, and
Yeah,
that's not
that
fair
happens.
to her. And I'm realizing every day. I'm realizing more and more. Just like try to get back into that phase is the like where things are not changing. Just be what you were before. Because at the end of the day, that's who she fell in love with, and that's what they're gonna
Exactly.
carry. So three things. Three things. Give your significant one attention.
Eat ass.
Come two, two. Listen and communicate. Communicate. I forgot what was the first one.
Uh, uh,
He had
I
that
thought,
booty on his mind. That's why he couldn't even
bro,
think.
had
I
that
That booty in his
you
face.
had
literally you
that
got me fucked up, bro.
booty, that booty.
No,
Number
so what
one
I
is
said
that
to
booty.
Hey.
Number one
no,
is
so
that booty.
attention,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Communication.
communication. What was the third one?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
You just said it. I gave
Nah,
you
I
the
did.
first one last time, and then like, cause what was the first one? The first one was communication, and then you had the last two last time.
You don't remember.
Why do I have to remember? It's your list.
Give me a second. And this is another thing. I'm very forgetful. So communication.
Reddit chat said frequency.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, frequency does
Fuck. What
matter.
was the third?
Now, all right, you think about that, Ree. Let me ask you.
How did
Let
I
me ask you
forget?
this question.
Yeah.
How do you battle internal insecurities? How do you handle that without your long-term partner?
Ooh, that's something I'm honestly still working on. That's something that is really a day by day step. You know,
Some
without your
honesty.
partner there to support it, that's like a uphill battle that I have mentally in my mind where I'm just like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about myself anymore. You know, um, yo, for example, yeah, we talk about working out and everything, right?
Right.
That's a personal insecurity I have because I grew up fat. I
Trust.
was like,
Trust is the thing
He
I forgot.
wasn't that fat.
yo,
He was a little
you
fat, but you
you
wasn't.
remember
You
it.
was mainly
You remember
skinny
it like
jeans
after
ass
you remember it
nigga,
after
bro.
high school. Yeah, you remember high school. That's why. But before high school, before I actually entered high school, I was like 5'6" and I weighed 200 pounds as a middle schooler.
Damn.
So that's always been like
I
a
know that's
personal
what you was waiting
insecurity that
for.
I've dealt with.
I know you was waiting for the
What?
damn.
Yeah.
The damn.
But yeah, that's like some shit that, like even to now, like, and I hit points in my life where sometimes I do get comfortable, and then
Yeah.
when I get to a point again where I'm uncomfortable, and then like I struggle with that. Like, yo, you're fine. Work
Yeah.
out to be in shape. Work out to be
Make yourself happy.
uh yeah, to make yourself happy, but don't work out because this physical appearance uh is what bothers you. You know,
Mhm.
so that's just bro, it's an uphill battle, man. It's something that you deal with all the time and try to figure out. I think when you add in that partner, though, like you have that support system
Right.
that can back you and be like, "Yo, you looking good today. I see you. I see what you did.
Oh, you
I
type
see
sexy?
you ran that mile. You ran that mile. Looking a little fit. Looking fit, motherfucker." It changes it a little bit compared to just trying to do it alone.
Oh, we got some more deep questions if y'all ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so two questions. How do you keep up with romantic love? That one, I'm gonna give that one to Avery, the married man.
How do I keep a? Can you repeat it one more time? Sorry, I was doing
God
something.
damn, nigga. How do you
I
keep
know. I
up?
know.
Hi, nah. How do you keep up? How do you keep up with romantic love?
I would have to say, communication is very important.
Of course.
I feel like when it comes down to
You're right.
stuff like, no, it's okay. When it comes down to stuff like that, man, like knowing what your partner likes, what your partner doesn't like, um, and just like honestly, setting the mood helps as well when it comes to stuff like that. You know, me and my wife always talk about like whatever uh trying things. If we didn't want to try things, that's very important. I think communication is the number one key, because if you guys talk about it, you're gonna know what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, and if you want to try something, if you don't want to try something, if you don't really say anything, you just and the person's not down with it, then it's awkward. You don't want to do that.
True.
The openness, if you're into something and you bring, like, if I'm into something and I bring it up to my wife and she don't want no part of it, that's fine.
Thank you for the follow.
But you have to talk. You can't be, what's the relationship if you don't talk? So I feel like, don't don't how do I put this? Don't be afraid to tell somebody what you like,
Exactly.
especially if somebody who you really care about. Like, if you can't tell them that you're into something, even if they say no, then that's fine. At least you're honest with that person. If you like, that shit is gonna affect you, bro. Maybe that person's into the thing that you're into and you never asked. You just have to be honest. You just be like, this is what I like. Would you be okay with doing this? Or compromise. Compromise is another key thing. One person wants one thing, another person wants another thing. Meet in the middle. So that's my advice.
Mm. Okay, okay. I respect that. They say, this never happened to me, but what do yourself to calm yourself if your love goes away? I mean,
I
that's a
don't.
little difficult for everybody else. I mean, pretty much getting over a breakup or like losing the love that you have for somebody.
How do you get over it?
Yeah. See that I think that's a hard question because I think for everybody has their own personal thing that helps them.
Yeah, I will.
Liquor, all of the liquor in the world.
This nigga literally turned off his camera so he can go get some more jewelry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm about to go to sleep.
I'll sleep, bro. Hey, I
The
respect it
stream
though.
is over. Thank you. Good night. Good morning. Whatever I say at the end of my streams. Goodbye.
Nah, but um, when it comes down to that, it definitely varies person to person. I
Yeah.
feel at this time, actually, Medea said it correct. Like, even I know I'm using Tyler Perry as a thing, but it's honestly that time. It's okay to be upset, to show emotions during that when initially it happens, but your life doesn't end.
Right.
Your life does not end. You
Oh, so
you had.
am I the only shitty person here who goes for the life ending shit?
What you
I
just
don't
say?
think.
I might be the only shitty person here. Cause maybe I gotta attribute to the music I grew up on and shit. That sad shit, cause yo, that shit be hitting, nigga.
That's sad. I ain't gonna hold you, nigga. You kind of right, bro. Nigga, yo, I be playing the fuck out of X Factor when I'm sad, nigga. X
You
Bro,
know
Factor
what
by
I'm saying?
Lauren
You know what I'm
Hill.
saying? Yo, it gotta be like my generation. Like, yo, I'm only slightly older than y'all, but like, yo, we grew up on some sad shit, son.
oh, we did, we did.
I be sitting there, yo, some of my breakups, how to say the life comes on. Be sitting there with my bottle like this.
But you
How to
know,
save a life?
but you know what?
This
Where
nigga
did I
here.
go wrong?
Oh my god, this motherfucker. But no,
Yo, I'm
listen,
telling
listen,
you
listen,
right now,
listen.
you should listen to "Shame" by Tyrese. I bet you cry. I bet. Yo, I'm telling you, nigga, yo,
Yo,
get some liquor and a cigar, and you done.
before I
I'm
lose
telling
my
you.
thought, listen,
All right,
listen,
my
listen,
bad. Go
listen.
ahead. Go ahead.
See,
Yeah.
like, okay, so it's okay to feel those feelings, being like that, sure, because at the end of the day, we're human. That makes you should feel more alive than ever, knowing that you can have those types of emotions. Some people don't even know how to cry, and I don't never understood that. So if somebody who you go through a breakup and you cry means you obviously care about that person that you were with, and it just didn't go your way. But ha- having your emotions makes you human, makes you yourself. And at the end of the day, it's okay to do that, but not to dwell on it.
Wait, is it because you always care about that person, or can it be because of what that person did?
Could there's many factors for that. Yeah, it could be that. There's no, I'm just saying, just
No,
in
I'm just
just
asking.
general.
Just
No,
in
no, no,
general.
no.
Just
Yeah,
in general.
yeah, yeah. Just in yeah, definitely realm of possibilities. But the thing is not to dwell on it. Like, and again, it's harder for everybody. Everybody has a different. Some people can get over a breakup in a day. Some people can get over a breakup in it might take them a couple months. But the thing
How
is,
long
you're
you and
like
the girl been together, bro?
mine. 3 years.
Yeah.
We're going on
3.
3 years.
Has
Yeah.
it been a constant thing for you guys? Like, has it never had a end?
I mean,
I mean, they have to stop having sex eventually, bro. Like, what do you mean? Nah. Oh. All right. No.
I feel like we've had our moments where, yeah, we hit rock bottom and we weren't sure like if this was gonna work. But the thing is, once you hit that low and you get out of it, and it doesn't matter how many times you do it, you come out stronger. And I feel like it's growing pains, but we're sticking with it and we're taking it one day at a time. That's the biggest thing. We're not trying to run. We're trying to not sprint. We're walking. We want to take our
Mhm.
time and learn. And again, nobody tells. There's no rule book to marriage.
That's big facts.
So
Sorry.
you good.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Finish your statement, and then I'm gonna take like 2 minutes just to answer a few things that I want to
Sure, sure,
bring up in
sure.
chat.
Um, yeah, there's no rule book to marriage. Each person has different experiences when it comes down to that, and we're learning. Again, I think what will make us survive and have our longevity is if we can communicate. If we can communicate, if we both give each other attention, if we both can just trust each other. If those three things happen, we will be together for the rest of our lives.
Hey, I completely agree with that. Um, so this guy is talking said he doesn't want to talk. He said he doesn't like talking to his friend anymore, and a bunch of extra shit. What do I see? When you see? Honestly, yo, bro, if it's your boy and you want him to do better, you talk to him and voice your concern. Say, it's not a friend if you can't voice your concern to the people. Oh my God, is that fucking Libby in here now?
Hi, Libby. Shout out to Libby.
Hi, Libby.
Libby.
Hey, Libby, the greatest person on the planet. Thank you. I just want to say that one time for the girl. Um, let me see. What's your take on Black Lives Matter? Anna's. How can white people help the cause more? Honestly, I think I said this before. It's and I don't mean for this to sound like rude or anything like that, but like shut the fuck up. I'm just being real, like 100%. Just shut the fuck up. That's just where it comes from. I just think
I
that
mean,
I think
that's
it's
the
the
realest
fact
shit.
that it's honestly just the fact that it's like when people want to voice their concern, it's like, oh yeah, I support Black Lives Matter and this, that, and the other. It's like, yo, bro, like like I obviously we've had people of different races, or well, white people, if we're just specifically talking about, we've had white people advocate for us. I get that, but it's just certain, there's some white people that you don't want advocating for you.
Because
That's
they
like
A
like
that's
lot of
like
white
not
people I don't want advocating for me.
exactly. It's kind of like how I don't want every black person advocating for Black Lives Matter, right? I don't
Mhm.
advocate for every black person. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You can get yourself killed for that. I mean, it's the whole base. I mean, if you're gonna kill me because I told you shut the fuck up, personally, you have problems. That's just how I feel. But it's just the concept. If it's something that doesn't specifically involve you or something that you don't have to deal with, more or less, the best thing
Mhm.
for you to do is just move the hell out of the way. If in your
Yeah.
lifestyle, and if you're in your lifestyle, and it's like you're not racist, you don't have anything against any other type of race or black people in specific, if that's what we're talking about, whites against blacks. If you're a white person, you have no issue with black people. I say if you're a white person and you don't have any racist acquisitions or you don't do anything that's against people of a different race or anything like that, honestly, all you really got to do is just sit back and enjoy the motherfucking show. Because honestly, we're not talking about you. Because honestly, we cool with you. You my nigga. I fucks with you. You ain't got no problem with us. They say my neighbor next door, Mr. Green, whitest man I know, coolest motherfucker on the planet.
I would say this, like, even silent support is still support.
No,
Like,
hell, sorry, I gotta answer Libby real quick. No, Libby, it is not wrong for you to have a Black Lives Matter sign on your mobility scooter. There's nothing wrong with you projecting and getting the message out there. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's when people ask about it and then you have somebody that's not your race explaining what's wrong with your race. That's like black people explaining everything for the Jews, and then the Jews is like, hold up, whoa,
can I chime in?
you was not there at the Holocaust. Don't talk about what we was doing at the Holocaust, because you like, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, can I
Like,
chime
it's
in real
that kind
quick?
of aspect. Yes.
I just want to say this, like, when it comes down to it, when I see a certain race, it could be, it doesn't even have to. I'm not even pertaining just to white Caucasian people. I'm
Right.
just saying, if you're gonna support the movement, do it for the right causes. I've seen people do it for views, clout. Like, we're doing this just to be equal or treated as everyone else. Well, fuck trying to be equal, because nobody's equal. I
Right.
never understood that shit. Just, I don't want to be treated like I'm fucking inferior. Treat me like I'm just a human being. Why
Exactly.
do I? We were all born the same. We were all that. And I understand, like, all this, and like all these companies are doing all this shit. Like, cool. Like, I don't really give a fuck. None of that shit matters to me. I don't give a fuck if you want to change the Washington Redskins to Washington team. That shit doesn't bother me. I don't care.
So hold on. I gotta say this, right? Because my girl is Native American.
Yeah,
And I'm not
Mm.
gonna speak for her, but I know that shit does bother some of them.
of
I
course.
think
Yeah, I'm just saying,
I
based
think
off my
in
experience, for
Mhm.
me, my perspective. Again, that's just me. Again, sure, if it bothers certain people, do it. Again, like like another thing, like the Pepe Le Pew thing. And this is off topic. They're taking that from that. You do what you
How
got
is
to
he
do.
alive, but my nigga Herbert? So how is he canceled, but my man from Herbert isn't? From my man from Family Guy, Herbert isn't.
And then now they're coming off after Speedy Gonzalez again. What That's beside the
Like,
point.
from
My
the
thing
South.
is, if you have, just have the right intentions. That's all I'm asking.
Mhm.
Like, if you support our movement, sure, that's fine.
Right.
But don't be excessive. Don't be like, you know what I mean? Don't be fucking extra. Don't be extra to
Ask
the point.
black people how you can support them. I think what he's trying
Th-
to really get to.
Yes,
Ask black people how you can support them. Don't jump in and try to tell us how to run a movement for our own sovereignty and shit like that.
Mm.
Um,
honestly,
you know,
I'm just so
we
sick
could
and
tell you
tired of it.
best how to support us. You know what I mean? You can't tell me best how to support me. You know, that's like even when we deal with situations of cop racism or anything like that. And
Just
not to
let
be
us
funny,
do it. Yes.
yeah, like there's a lot of people I know who, and I've seen people who have understand understand that racism is a real thing, and in some ill facet in their mind, because it's not as bad for them, they don't care as much. You know what I'm saying? Like I've
Yeah.
told people I've been followed by police officers. You know how fucking scary that is. Back when I lived in New York, and I'm walking home from work, and I have a cop circling the block, looking at me, staring me down as she goes around the block. Shit is terrifying because you hear stories, you know people. One of my boys was walking home from the corner store to go see his daughter, and a cop came up and threw him on the ground because he was trying to figure out why he was being detained. You
Yeah, that
know,
shit's wild, bro. I hate
you know what
that.
I'm saying?
I
So
see it
it's
all
like,
the time.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, yo, ask us how you could best support us. take the same way we start to take women's stories more seriously, and you should start listening to them more when they tell you something happened. Start taking these black people more serious when they tell you that, look, I was minding my fucking business. Going home after working fucking hard. I work hard just like all the rest of these motherfuckers.
We're all trying to
Why are you
survive.
bothering me?
We're all trying to make ends meet. Like, you're just making life harder. And again, this is not all cops. We're just saying the ones that do this shit. Yes,
just the dickhead cops.
flat out.
Someone said,
honestly,
sorry,
God. No. I just want to say this real quick.
Yeah, God.
I just want to survive till tomorrow. Yeah, that's the realest shit I want to tell people, and this shit will almost is like so close to make me cry, bro. Like, you don't understand. I can't leave my house without worrying if I'm gonna get COVID or if I'm gonna get shot, or like having a cop just pass me by. You don't understand the level of fear that goes through my heart. That I get pulled over. This might be my last 2-3 minutes of my life. Or walking down the street, a cop just see. I might look at him just funny, and that could be my life. I just want to make it to tomorrow, man. I fuck trying to live 30 to 40 years, man. If I can make it to tomorrow, I survived. I'm happy. My life is complete,
like that,
bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like that every day. I say, because honestly, when I was younger, when I was
and it's sad, bro.
16. When I was like 16, I was like, I didn't think I was gonna make it past like 25. To be real with you.
We got rappers rapping about
years past it, and like I'm ecstatic.
We got
more or less.
Grateful, nigga.
You're damn right. Like,
it's like grateful. It's like, yo, like you out here, yo, you honestly feel grateful for average shit. This is average shit that, like,
facts.
Living a life not in fear is average shit for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
honestly, I don't think we'll ever not live in fear. Even if this movement pushes us to great heights, I still think we'll always be, because of our history, we'll always be what we are.
Honestly, at the end of the day, if I could say anything, just say, if you just want to help and you want to make that difference, you want to teach different, just literally just teach peace, love, honesty. Teach that, just because people look different, that they're not evil and that they're not bad. I say, yeah, there are bad people on every race has bad people. That's literally how the fucking planet goes. I would say, but at the end of the day, just say, do what you've been doing. If you haven't been doing anything wrong, honestly, if you haven't been having those horrible thoughts, or if you see a black person and your thought changes compared to if you just saw a white person, and don't get me wrong, just because you're different races doesn't automatically mean that's what you do. Because trust, black people do it too. I do it all the time. If I
we
see
do it to our own race.
A nigga, I judge white motherfuckers too. I ain't gonna lie with you. I see some white boys. If I see a white boy all tatted up and you got the teardrop tattoo and all some extra shit, some of them niggas look gangster, and I'm like, hold on, I gotta lock my car door real quick. This nigga might rob me. Oh shit. I be feeling that. I be feeling that type.
It's
of way.
honestly what presentation you hold yourself
exactly. In. Like when I go on the basketball court, I ain't gonna lie to you. I get a lot more nervous and butterflies when I'm about to play against a bunch of black people when compared to when I'm about to play a bunch against any other race. I'm not even gonna hold you.
We get this perceived notion against our own people, the same way like when people talk about like
that we're more aggressive.
For example, people, yeah, exactly, and it's because like people are you see everybody else's head filled with this, right? So because everybody else's head is filled with, yo, y'all are aggressive, we start to take on that mindset, and it's like, but I know we're not. I know that's not us. Like when people are like, yo, I see a group of black men and I walk across the street, and I'm like, shit, I used to do that shit too. I used to walk my ass across the street too, and it's like, yo, it's this perceived notion.
Sorry, God, I just want to say she's right real quick.
But yeah, it's this perceived notion, and we have to break this within ourselves as well as trying to get white people to break this.
And every other race
some of the shit also comes down. Say it again.
And every other race to break that shit as well.
Yes, exactly. I just can't just put white people in this. Every race, Because there's some motherfuckers out there who ain't white and they think they is sometimes.
Uncle Ruckus in
But
this motherfucker.
exactly, yo. But getting people to break these stereotypes about us, getting history books to take these things out about us, like
Give us more than
and
just February as a month, bro.
I
I'll
say
take
just
that.
take the shit
fuck the month
away.
shit.
Take the shit
Fuck the
away.
month
Take it
shit.
away.
Yeah,
Or
fuck
like
the month
you,
shit.
bro. Or just if you're gonna do that, take all the like everything. Just
Cause like I get the concept, but I also feel how like Spanish people feel about it as well. They're like, where the fuck is my month? Where's the Asian people's month? I get and I fucking totally understand that concept. I don't think there should be a month in general. It's just you should teach history as it comes, and you should teach
Yep.
the important shit of history that actually makes sense. And like, don't get me wrong, I understand it's somewhat important for everybody to know about the Boston Tea Party, but like, teach niggas about the taxes. You know, teach us more relevant shit that we can do something with
balance a
now.
checkbook.
Yes, it's nice to know that fucking 5 tons of tea went into the harbor back in 1770, whatever the fuck, nigga. Where am I gonna use that at? Where am I gonna use that at? Tell
You
me.
become a history teacher.
Because other
Yeah.
than that, other than me specifically becoming a history teacher, what the fuck else am I gonna use the
You,
Boston
mu-
tea?
you.
Nigga, it
I
just
got it. I
unless
got
I'm
it. I
playing
got
a
it.
video game and they ask me a question on some shit like
Nah,
that, bro.
Jeb.
Like,
If you want to be a millionaire and that comes up, if you ever on that show, that's gonna be $1 million question. You're like, fuck.
How much tea went into the
You
ocean?
you
oh,
better
I'm
not call me,
I'm gonna
bro.
look dead into the camera like this. I'm gonna just go like,
Coddle.
does the ocean taste like tea? Can I have a hint?
right? The fuck?
I
It's been
just want
sitting
to.
down there, right? It should taste like tea.
I just want to say, don't
Yeah,
call me. Don't call me. I'm not answering.
that. We live on stolen land. Where is their month for the Native Americans? I completely agree as well. I would say the Native Americans honestly should like own all of it, all of this. Not even going to, because I was at first I was in like, well, we should give them like half to own, but like, nigga, we took it from them. How you gonna give somebody half? That's like someone coming
It's
into
shit
your
back.
house. That's literally
Honestly,
like someone coming into your house and be like, all right, I'm gonna divvy up half of this shit and like here, half of
we
this
did it.
is yours. And then
We
like,
didn't even
yeah,
take
we
it
did
from
it.
them.
Good job. We made all this happen.
You can't even say black people took it from them. Like we didn't do it.
We sure as
We
fuck
were.
did.
Shit, we
And
the
the
only
funny thing,
motherfuckers
we've
who ain't
been
get no kind of
everywhere.
reparations yet. Shit.
And we're the only motherfuckers that's been everywhere, and we just haven't been the only type to be fucking savages. Complete savages, I would have to say. Because you got to think
Not
about it.
murderous, rampant savages.
And this shit happened. They literally said this on a Breakfast Club the other day. I said, you got to remember, was it the Breakfast Club? Or it was either Breakfast Club or Ebro in the morning. But they were talking about how, think about why you speak English here. Why you think niggas speak Spanish here? Spain, fucking Europe. The Europeans, I say the British monarch, all of that shit. I say niggas come over, they take shit and they leave shit. And that's what happened. Why do you think the queen owns so much land over here? For what? It's just at the end of the day, it's just there's so many people that have taken so much shit. And it's just like we can't do anything about it because people have owned the shit for so long. Like, what can we do now? How do we give this land back to the Native Americans? Explain that shit to me. Kick
Well,
everybody
first,
out their house?
We could stop taking the shit we gave them first.
I completely agree
Like
with that.
this is
But like,
some that's
how are you
some
gonna
big
give the
shit
land
there.
back to them? How are you gonna give the land back to them? I would say, Suave, you leave in your house.
No,
If niggas come knock on your door tomorrow and they be like, all right, yo, like this ours again. So like you gotta, I don't know what
nah,
you're
bro.
doing,
Like,
but like you gotta
Step,
go.
nigga.
I'd be
You
like,
got to go.
I'd be like, listen, that shit was in the past, bro. That has nothing to do with me. My
See,
dude.
wow. Wow.
I'd be like, you see
Yo,
the setup, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, I can't
there's
move
there's
this shit.
unused land. I think you gotta get to a point where there is unused land, right? There's land we don't use.
I want
Give these niggas some land and give them solid land and honestly, just stop impeding on them, bro. Some of these motherfuckers just trying to live in peace.
I want that
And
town down south. I think it's in North
I,
Carolina or
I mean,
Atlanta for like
I will say
1.3
that
million. It's a whole
I will
town.
say they make a fucking killing when it comes down to the casinos.
it's a
Like,
little bit more
I
difficult than
mean, it
that because I
means
think
of
I
course.
they have
it don't
people
mean
running
nothing compared
casinos
to what they
now.
would have got,
No,
on this
no. I'm just
entire
saying, like,
fucking landmass, nigga.
even though they have that, that's still not enough.
Of course not.
That's what I'm trying to get with. Like, that's
It would never
my
be enough.
big example is like they make fucking billions of dollars off of people from the casinos that they have all control over, or to a certain extent. But that's still not enough to justify taking their whole country, basically.
Of course, never,
Mhm.
never. This never is,
So I
bro.
gotta
But
ask
it's
you
like
guys this, right?
niggas is
Um,
bugging. All right, so
got a
this is gonna
question
be
for
my
both of
last
you
topic
guys.
for the night. Sorry.
Last topic, okay. So regarding what we just talked about, I gotta ask both of you this, right? Because I got into this with my girl. Who
Yes,
do you
sir.
think got it worse, the Indians or the blacks? Honestly, personally feel we got it worse because at least they got some form of reparation compared to us, where we didn't get shit, and then we did build shit. They took it away from us and everything like that. Compared to the Indians, even though they got a lot of lasting issues the same as us, they at least caught they got a little bit of a up. You know, they got
Mm,
land, they got casinos. You can only have casinos on those lands technically.
all right.
I don't know how true that is anymore about having them only on that land, but technically you were only allowed to have land casinos on like Native American land.
Mm.
All right. So repeat your initial questions, just so I'm 100% on it.
Who do you think called it worse? The blacks
Blacks or
or the
Indians?
Native Americans?
Okay, so my first thing is Libby. I completely agree with you. I say I completely fucking agree with that concept. Um,
Can you read what
for
Libby wrote?
She
Said
said, "Let's press a big reset button where our world is full of love, peace, and respect for everyone. No one is rich, no one is poor. Everyone has food, water, and shelter."
honestly, I just think that's just
I
yeah.
respect that.
I'm a hundred.
Every
I'm a hundred with that.
the issue is everybody has free will.
Fuck the issue,
Mm.
nigga. She didn't say about that. She said that this is the world
I'm
that
just
we are
keeping it
in,
realistic.
regardless of
Yeah.
everybody's free
I
will.
want that. I want that. I think that
And
would
there we go.
be peace and harmony, man. Sunshines and rainbows.
um, but what I would have to say is, it's kind of hard because I don't think a lot of the Indians had their history recorded. So what we learned in school about Indians, or well, sorry, Native Americans, um, we don't know the full story of what happened. I mean, obviously, I don't think they had fucking 400 years of slavery, but I
Mm.
don't know what happened to them in general within like over thousands of years. Like I can go back to my Egyptian people and my different African tribes and stuff that's happened before we got before we've been taken over and stuff. Like we can somewhat track that more or less. But like with Indians, like I don't, sorry, Native Americans, I don't really know anything before fuckboys came over here and tried to take land.
Mm.
I don't know much more before that. So if I had to go off of what I know, obviously black people have it more difficult. That's just my taking on it. So
Honestly, like I agree. I think that there's not enough information or details when it comes down to stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, I feel th- that information is crucial, and how are we going to justify one cause when we don't have the full story for the other cause?
mm,
Um, I do say that the difference between like Native Americans and African Americans is we were taken from one country to another, by even given up by our own people
yes, ma'am,
to be brought
I
here.
will educate myself. Sorry.
Um, and we were taken from our land, and we were brought to another land to do whatever they wanted us to do. Well, yes, we took their land, but they took us from our land.
Mm.
So you have to thinking about like that as being taken away from your land, or or taken away from your home, or having you pushed out of your home. Is It's technically the same thing, but
Yo,
we were
yo,
we
sorry, just to piggyback off what you're saying, I would say if you ever check out a short clip from American Gods,
mm,
it's Nancy the Spider telling the story of blacks coming to America.
mm.
Nigga, it'll hit your soul. It'll punch you
Yeah,
dead
The
in the
boat
bro.
one,
chest.
that boat
Yeah,
scene.
and when in the bottom of the boat with the nigga
Oh,
in the purple
impressive.
suit,
Uh,
nigga. Oh
you
my
know what
god.
that's
Sorry,
Do you know
sorry.
what real life story that's based off of?
Yes, I know.
Um,
I did the
you do?
research and
Okay,
everything.
cool, cool.
My bad. Go ahead, Avery.
No,
I
no,
do.
I
no.
don't
But
want
like
to
I do.
jump
even
out.
even the boats, bro. Like we were jam packed with all this diseases, the rats. We were treated like shit, bro. Like again, I think both are shitty situations, man. Like I would
Mhm.
not like I would hate to be living in that timeline for Native Americans and African Americans. I don't know. It's just, and I guess this is just biased, man. Maybe a little bit, but I feel like I agree with you, Kato. Like there's just not enough information, but I do think that being African Americans might have had a little bit tougher. Again, not knowing everything, but just knowing that we were sold out by our own people, like
Mhm.
to a
Yeah,
nation that we had no idea what it is to work.
I give them
Meet your
the
next.
benefit of doubt because slavery was different for them. A lot of them, we had indentured slaves, so you
Mm,
were still a person technically. You
hmm
still a person. You still, you weren't treated the worst of the worst, and eventually, you would come out of slavery. You pay your debts. You out of slavery, and you become part of that tribe. So I think
mm,
their thoughts on what slavery was or who they were selling themselves to was just a little bit different. And I do give that a little bit of leeway when I think about it, where I'm like, yo, if we treated slaves like this, and you say, yo, I'm buying slaves, and I'm like, all right, so I take my perception of how we treat slaves. I'm like, okay, I could give you this guy,
Right.
eventually he'll become part of society, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just wasn't the case for them. Can I
I
ask you guys something very short, very,
Yeah,
very short,
and then I
and
want to say one more
to the
statement,
point?
and then you can end it, bro.
All right.
Mhm.
I literally want to end it off on that clip because I want to play the clip for you just so you can hear it.
Yeah. Oh, you pull out the Nancy clip?
Yes, I just want to play
Oh
it
yeah,
just to say so.
if you want to end it on this, I can wait till next week to
Yeah.
talk about this or tomorrow.
No, go ahead. Say what you got to say. It's
No,
Friday
I
night, my
just
nigga.
all right. Well, this is the last thing I will say is, and this breaks my heart, bro. It really does. Like I still to this day, and I feel like for the rest of my life and my kids, like whatever. How the fuck do we own a person?
Mm.
That shit. That shit.
2016, I think.
Bro, and that shit makes me want to cry. Like I said, like a lot of this shit, we had a deep conversation tonight, but how could you ever own somebody? I don't get it. We are get our life is such a precious thing. Our time is so precious. The fact that so many lives were killed, so many lives were taken, so many families were taken away from their families, and just we won't ever get those times back, man. I don't know what I would do if I was in that time zone, man. And I feel bad for all the ancestors that had to deal with that because that shit is not. I don't give a fuck, bro. That shit is the cruelest thing you could do to a human being.
I'm
Make
going down
somebody.
the Nancy way, bro. I gotta go down the Nancy way. Not to interrupt you, but I gotta go down the Nancy way, man. I think
Wait
about it.
before, Hey, don't,
Okay, okay.
I just,
But
don't
yeah,
spoil it.
no, I hear you. I definitely. I haven't seen American Gods. I want to. I'm definitely that's on my list. I've only seen
honestly,
episode one actually.
This is literally this is the clip that made me. It was like, all right, I gotta watch it.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to watch it. I just that was the pretty much the thing, man. Like I just can't believe that we got to a point that people owned people.
Mm. Hey, no, I completely agree. Just let me know. Can y'all hear this? Oh no, that's a horrible one.
It's
No,
super low.
yeah, that is super
mhm.
low. Let me see if I can. There you go.
Can you also like share me the
That's
clip?
completely the
Can
wrong
you
one.
put the clip in like the YouTube video or whatever and share it to us?
Hold on, give me 1 second. I just want to see if I can. Oh, there it is. Okay,
Caught it.
that is a horrible clip.
Hold on. I might be able to get you, bro. You doing the revolt scene, right? I got
I don't know why it sounds like this. Oh, well, this is a horrible clip. That makes sense.
Hold on, bro. I might got you. Hold
I
up.
had it. Oh my god. Sorry, the audio is cutting out. Jesus Christ. Hold on.
Yeah,
Sorry, your audio completely cut out.
Cut out completely.
Jesus Christ. Why can't I find it?
y'all can still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can't hear it, like it's coming in and out, but that shit I
Yeah,
gotta watch the I
we'd
gotta
probably
watch
have
it.
to. We'd pretty much have to probably just send it to you on.
Discord.
Yeah,
It'll
probably have
probably
to send you the clip or
plug in.
something like that.
I'm about to watch that shit tonight. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold
watch
you. Or
it. Yeah.
today.
Watch the Nancy scenes, man. That like they hit you in a way that I read the book, so I know a lot of these things from the book. But Nancy's character and the way he talks about black people, and the way his character is different from there's other black
Oh
gods in the
shit.
show.
Okay, I'm
What
so
happened?
sorry. Now I know why it wasn't working.
What happened? Was it clipping you?
Did you know that the average adult has 5 to 20
All right,
pounds
is
of
that
toxic
clipping out
poop
for you
in
at
their
all?
body at any
No.
given?
Yeah, I can hear that
No,
now.
that's perfectly clear, right?
Yeah. There's the feelings of black people. These clips of these natures strike a vibe and a resonance in a lot of us that I think that a lot of people, even though you might not feel it, there has to be there's that humanity in all of us where you can understand someone hurts. You know what I'm saying? Nancy in itself as a character, he does a lot of these scenes where he's very pro us, very pro coming out of these situations, even when
Yeah.
there's a very old phrase of all skin folk and kinfolk.
Mhm.
You know, there's gonna be people who look like you who benefit, even the darks, the lights, the browns, and they're gonna benefit from the system in a way that you're not, and it's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? That these people who look like you won't want to stand up for you. And Nancy was a very powerful character in that manner where he's here for us. You know what I'm saying? He wants the revolution. He's on the sides talking about how can you let black people die, you know what I'm saying? How can you watch as a black god, as someone who these people pray to, who believe in, you know what I'm saying? These people believe in you. How could you let these culprits do this to them? How could you stand by and watch this? You know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes you gotta just sit back and think about that. Like we sit back and watch these things, you know, these things burn into your soul.
Oh yeah.
We become numb to it.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
at a certain point, that's life. You become numb to this. Like
Bro,
I
how
tell a
many
lot of
deaths and shootings that we just don't even we don't even react anymore
I,
because
I don't
we're
watch
so
them,
used to
bro.
it.
I don't watch them. I can't. Um, I hurts my soul in a way that when I found out my girl was pregnant, I told one of my family members like, "Yo, I'm fucking terrified, man." You know, it's fucking scary, dog. Like, I know they've been killing us, but you see this shit in a manner where it's like, yo, they really out here just fucking murdering niggas, yo, for no reason. And it's like, yo, to bring in life into this world, to bring another black person to this world where you see this shit happens, you know what I'm saying? Where it don't matter, you know, your fucking Sandras and shit like that. You know, you got fucking kids, your Trayvons, yo. You got Amari, I can't remember what his name is, but Elliot something, I can't remember. There's so many fucking names, you know what I'm saying? But you got kids out here saying, yo, I'm different. I know you're just doing your fucking job, you know? But I don't want to fucking die. I don't want to die. And I know, like, yo, you know, we talk about this in like an aspect of that. I know it happens, yo, but it's a sad reality. It's a sad reality we're living in. It's a sad
It
reality
makes us
that
regret
we need to
being
escape.
black, bro.
Yeah. And it's like I
Uh,
wouldn't never choose to not be black. I'm fucking dope, nigga.
I
Everybody don't never take that shit
exactly.
from me,
As
nigga. I'm
much as I
fucking
regret
dope,
it,
nigga.
I would never switch.
I
Yeah.
would. Nah,
But
I'm proud. I'm proud to be because like
yeah.
we went through some shit, bro, and we're still fighting. There's no quitting us, and
No, man.
that's how. You know what movie you guys gotta watch? Judas and the Black Messiah. That shit
Yeah,
got
I
me
gotta see it. I
so
gotta see it.
It's on my
fucking
list.
bro.
Listen, I'm gonna check it out as soon
Holy
as I can.
shit!
I'm not even gonna hold
Holy
you.
shit!
Have
That
y'all
shit.
seen Birth of a Nation?
I can't watch them movies like that, bro.
No.
Nigga, it's the only fucking slave movie where the slaves actually revolting other than fucking Django.
Listen, I'll go watch my Django. All
Wasn't it
right.
Pre-State of Jones or
Nigga,
something
yeah,
like that?
you watch that shit, you gonna fuck with it. What happened?
It wasn't. Isn't there like a show called like a movie called Free State of Jones, Freedom State of Jones, where it's like a white guy like helps free like all these slaves to
Isn't that the shit that
revolt.
we watched in school?
No,
Was it Denzel Washington has the famous scene with him getting whipped and shit, and he cries from one eye or some shit like that?
I
Is that not that movie? Is that not the movie where the nigga goes to fight in the army and he brings a bunch of slaves with him and he fights to get them nigga boots and shit like that?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, where can you watch that show, American Gods? I think it's on
Stars.
something. Yeah, there you go. It's on
Stars.
Stars. There you go.
Or you could just watch it illegally.
You could figure it out if you can.
Figure that
I'm
out,
not
guy.
allegedly. Anyway, with everything being said, yo, I appreciate y'all coming on to the show today. This was a beautiful stream. I think we all had a very deep, meaningful conversation, which is pretty much the whole gist of why I want to do these. I'm happy that we didn't have any technical difficulties for the most part. Other than, a few hiccups here and there. So are we talking about Roots? No. Nah, it's not Roots. I say Roots. Damn, that's a long ass movie. I would say nah. I was talking about God damn, I forgot the name of that. I say War of a Nation. I say no, Birth of a Nation. If you go see that, it's a lot of white people getting killed in that. Sorry, just to let you know that now, if that bothers you. But other than that, I gotta say, yo, I love y'all niggas. I say I hope y'all stay safe. Tomorrow I got a big surprise for y'all too. So stay in tune
For
for
us?
that shit. Hell yeah, nigga. I mean, it's
Oh,
not
dude.
technically
Huh?
for y'all, but y'all are be happy for me when I tell you what I got. So
Okay.
So
Bro.
regardless of the fact. Um Other than that, everybody that's over on my Reddit people, I say, hey chat, I call my so Twitch, just so y'all know, so y'all don't ban me. I call chat Reddit. Just so y'all work that out there. Okay, cool. So Reddit, I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for being there. Twitch people, I say I love y'all. Twitch and Reddit people, they're two different people in the same stream. Just so y'all know that. Calm down, relax. Twitch. Anyway, I love each and every one of you. I thank y'all all for being here.
fucking
I
disgusting.
appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for contributing to the conversation. A lot of questions that y'all ask were fucking home run dingers out of this bitch, and I fucking appreciate it. Thank you, Ree, for being the guest on today's show. Thank you, Swa, for co-hosting again with me. I very much appreciate each and every one of you. Please, Ree, shout yourself out real quick, just so you know people can refollow you.
Hey guys, look, almost all my things are CareFreeRree. That is Carefree and then RREE. You can follow me on IG. You can follow me on Discord. You can follow me on Instagram. Follow me
all right,
on
all right. That's
Facebook.
enough. That's
I
enough.
said it
That's
all.
enough.
No,
All
no,
right, all right, all right, enough.
don't give me the mic. Don't put me on the mic and then don't expect me to do the mic shit. But yeah, follow me everywhere, guys. Keep up. I come on here and stream most of the time, almost every other night. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not, I'm with these guys trying to pull something through, whoop some zombie ass. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, definitely. Hey, big hugs, Lib. Big hugs, Libby. Thank you. Appreciate you for coming through to the stream. You know we love when you come through to the stream every single fucking time. Definitely. Suave, please give your outro, baby. Go do you think?
Hi everyone who is still rocking with us. My name is Avery, but I go by Soavecito. I'm a horror streamer. I stream Tuesdays 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
Mm-hmm.
Fridays and Saturdays 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and
Yeah,
Sundays 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
you heard
Uh,
me.
I am a firm believer of just be yourself. My community is all about just being who you want to be. Don't try to be something
Be
that you're
real
not,
out
because
here.
at the end of the day, you want to be happy. And I feel like the most happiness you can get is being yourself. So
Hey, who just got something? Oh, Merc. Thank you for the host, big boy. I appreciate you, my man. Shout out to Merc.
I just want to say I appreciate. I'm gonna point this way because it's on my camera. This way, I appreciate Kato because he's been a really big inspiration, getting me into these talk shows, just getting me into streaming, bro. Like in general, like this, he doesn't understand how much of an influence and a positive outlook he has had on my life by doing that. And I want to shout out Ree, my newly acquainted friend. He's been an inspiration and
Hey.
getting me into the gym and just making me feel good about myself and just being that motivation that I just needed to better myself for the future. I just want to say thank you to you and to everybody. If you want to stay current with me and you want to see what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do in the future. I do have all my platforms, which is Soavecito, Soavecito, on all platforms. You can follow my link tree, all that shit. I'm on the road to 3K. I'm almost at 3K before I'm trying to get to 3K before the end of March, so I can do a 24-hour horror stream where I'll have these two guys at some point of the stream to jump on with me, and we'll do
Of
some
course.
scary shit. Again, my whole goal is to
Hey.
see Freddy Cougar, so it's gonna be a great time. I just want to say thank you guys. Last thing I will say is you guys have 24 hours in a whole day. Each person on this plan has 24 hours. Your time is the most precious thing that you own. And the fact that you guys gave us a minute, 10 minutes, an hour, the whole stream is the most grateful thing we could ever ask for. Your time is more valuable than money, anything. And we're just thankful and grateful that you sat and listened and chimed in and and contributed to the conversation. So thank you. Sorry, mine was a little long.
It's always long. We're used to it by now. It's
I
okay.
like how this
Yo,
dude didn't try to cut this guy off though.
Hey, he does this
oh
every time. The
no,
people are used to it.
he does cut me off sometimes.
I sure as fuck do. I can't lie. I'm pretty rude. Um, just JK. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please go follow these guys on every platform that they just previously mentioned. Please go follow me on all platforms that you don't mind following me on: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, any pretty much platform that you could think of. I'm there. Any platform that does podcast, I'm also there. Pure audio. If you want to watch the videos, they're over on YouTube as well. If you want to go check some clips out, I threw some up on YouTube as well. Hey, guess what? I'm
You
fucking
hear this guy
everywhere. Love everybody.
everywhere.
I'll see you
YouTube
next
Shorts, let's
time.
go.
With that being said, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Good night. Thank, you're all amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.